Moses Itauma versus Dillian Whyte is a fascinating fight in so many ways. It is young versus old. It is experience versus inexperience. It is the future of the heavyweight division versus a fighter in the twilight of their career. So in this video, I am going to tell you how I think this fight will play out. I'll also give you my prediction at the end of this video because I have changed my mind, and I'll tell you exactly why I have changed my mind. Before we do that, if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, then please don't forget to support, hit the like button, subscribe, and leave your comments in the section below. Throughout this whole fight week, Dillian Whyte is quite emotional. Dillian does not appreciate that a lot of the boxing media are picking Moses Itauma to beat him and knock him out. Now, Dillian has approached a few people within the media and he's not happy and he's called him out. I heard that Dillian had an altercation with Ade Oladipo where he confronted Ade about his prediction that Moses Itauma will knock him out. Now, for Dillian Whyte, this is great. If you are a Dillian Whyte fan, this is fantastic because you need a Dillian Whyte that has got a chip on his shoulder. You need a Dillian Whyte that want to get in there and show people that he's still got it. You need a Dillian Whyte that want to get in there and not want to be taken for granted and not want to be made as a stepping stone for the younger guy in Moses Itauma. So it is good to see Dillian Whyte, puffing his chest out and feeling like he has not been getting the credit that he deserves. For Moses Itauma, he has been cool, calm and collected. He has been a man of not so many words. He's been keeping his cards close to his chest and really playing the game very well. His media sort of training and the way he answers questions in the media, you can see that he's a 20-year-old, so there's more learning to do. Dillian Whyte has been more agitated in this fight week than Moses Itauma. One thing that I've also noticed is that Dillian Whyte is playing on the fact that a lot of people are picking Moses Itauma to beat him because Dillian has been saying that everybody thinks Moses Itauma is going to knock him out, so he's just going to go in there and do his best. And I think it is a psychological warfare that Dillian Whyte is playing there. I think Dillian Whyte is trying to suck Moses Itauma into thinking that he hasn't taken the fight seriously or that he knows that he's the older fighter, so he's only coming to do his best. I think Dillian Whyte wants Moses Itauma to think that it is going to be an easy fight, and then when they get in there, Dillian Whyte is going to make it as hard as possible. In terms of how this fight plays out, I can see Moses Itauma starting fast, using his quick hands, using his quicker feet, trying to do damage as soon as possible in this fight because Moses Itauma and his team, they would know that this fight, for him, it will be easier to win this fight in the first 5 rounds. Anything beyond 5 rounds is going to be in Dillian Whyte's hands. So Moses Itauma is going to start fast. He's a southpaw. He's going to try and put Dillian Whyte on the back foot. That way he can land his shot. I think Moses Itauma will try and walk Dillian Whyte down, try and get him in the corner, and then try to unleash those combinations that we know that he can unleash so well. We know that he's got power. We know that his reflexes are probably quicker because he's the younger fighter. And we know that he's got the ability to land those shots once he gets in range. So it's going to be Moses Itauma in the earlier rounds trying to put Dillian Whyte on the back foot, trying to put pressure on him and trying to get him out of there because his best chance is to try and get Dillian Whyte out of there as soon as possible. In terms of Dillian Whyte, he will be looking to do the things that his coach, Buddy McGirt, has always said, and that is to bide his time and take this fight into the latter rounds because we know Dillian Whyte is tough, he's rugged, he can dog it out, and we know that he can fight, right? So not just boxing, Dillian Whyte can fight. So I can see Dillian Whyte coming into this fight, trying to use his feints, trying to use his jab to keep Moses Itauma off of him, trying to make sure that he can survive the storm that will come in the first few rounds. And then Dillian Whyte would look to pick the pace as the fight goes on because he knows that Moses Itauma, as the fight goes on from round 6, round 7, this is a place that Moses Itauma has never been before. So his gas tank will be tested, his ability to fight under pressure will be tested, and his ability to adapt in fights will be tested because Moses Itauma has not been here. So I think Dillian Whyte will look to bring the fight into the deep waters, into places where Moses Itauma has never been before, and then Dillian Whyte will look to capitalize in the latter round. So I think In the first few rounds, Moses Itauma will be looking to do the greater work, and Dillian Whyte will be looking to survive and really stick to this game plan. And I think later on in the fight, Dillian Whyte will take over. If the fight is still ongoing, Dillian Whyte will take over and try to impose his experience, impose his physicality, and impose the fact that he has been to a latter round so many times and he knows exactly what he's doing. In terms of prediction, this is why I have changed my mind. Initially, I thought Moses Itauma will get rid of Dillian Whyte very easily. I thought Dillian Whyte is old, he's past it, and he has no chance. That's what I thought initially, and that is because, let's be honest, Dillian Whyte has not looked good in his past few fights. He's looked lethargic, he's looked uninterested, he's out of shape, and it just doesn't look like he wants to be in boxing. My mind changed when I saw that Dillian Whyte has been in shape. He's been training hard for this fight because he knows he does not want to be a stepping stone for the younger generation. He knows that he has to win this fight, otherwise his career is going to be on the line. So Dillian is in shape, he's motivated, and I think that Dillian Whyte will take this fight a bit further than I thought he would in the beginning. And I think that Dillian Whyte will look to show Moses Itauma that he has the experience and he has the dog in him to be able to test the young man. I think Dillian Whyte is going to test Moses Itauma's chin. I think Dillian Whyte is going to test Moses Itauma's gas tank. I think Dillian Whyte is going to test Moses Itauma's resilience to see if he's the fighter that everyone is saying that he's going to be. So instead of me thinking initially that this fight will end early, I think this fight will end a bit later on. This fight will end around round 8, round 9. I'm still picking Moses Itauma to win this fight by knockout, by knocking Dillian Whyte out. But I'm expecting Dillian Whyte to come on strong. I'm expecting Dillian Whyte to give Moses Itauma a lot of troubles. I am expecting Dillian Whyte to show that he's still got something in there. I just think that boxing is all about timing. And right now, it is Moses Itauma's time because he's got the momentum to go into this fight. But I would not be surprised if Dillian Whyte gets the upset against Moses Itauma because he's got the experience, he's got the know-how, he's been here before, he knows what he's doing to get an upset against the younger, fresher and inexperienced fighter. Get in the comment section and let me know what you think about this fight. How do you score this fight? How do you break this fight down? What is your prediction for this fight? My name is Bright. This is the Bright Show Podcast Boxing. Thank you for watching and I'll see you guys on the next one.